Hi guys, back to do a video. I haven't done one for a couple of weeks. Mainly I haven't bought anything. Well, I have bought stuff, but not that much. I've been trying to cut back, but I have bought a couple of things, and I'm going to show them. First of all, today I couldn't quite believe it. I was looking in the charity shops, and one of them had got some new. You can tell pretty much straight away if they've got any new stuff in. But I was flicking through, and there wasn't much in there really, just the usual kind of junk. But then wedged in amongst all the albums, I found this, which is Badly Drawn Boy 7-inch of Year of the Rat. But it's signed. It says here, "Cheers, Badly Drawn Boy, 2004." So I have no idea where this has come from. There was nothing else of this in there. You know, it's got a bit of a scuff and a scrape on it, but I was very pleased to find that. I don't have any Badly Drawn Boy stuff, but he's an artist. That album, Year of the Bewilderbeast, and what was it called? Once Around the Block? Or was that the name of the song? I can't remember. But yeah, really pleased to have found that. And then also I picked this up, which is another bizarre thing. I found this in British Red Cross for 50p, which is like a Kevin Ayres compilation. So I'm pleased to find that, because of some of the stuff that I've been listening to and picking up. First thing I bought is this. This is the International Artists Singles Collection. Some great artwork on the back there. This is basically shows all the singles from the International Artists label. A lot of which I was familiar with. 13th Floor Elevators and The Bubble Puppy and Lost and Found, Endless Cloud. But then there were some other bands on this that didn't necessarily have albums released on international artists. It was just singles. Things like Sterling Damon, Thursday's Children, Ruby At, Ginger Valley, Disciples of Shaftesbury. So this was a kind of cool mixture of stuff, and like all my other stuff, it's on that decal label, so I've picked up a few things on that, but that's a great album, good mixture of stuff. And I picked up this Soft Machine, which is linked in with the Kevin Ayres CD, because I didn't have any Kevin Ayres stuff. So this is a compilation by Soft Machine. I think this has been released under various titles. This one is called Jet Propelled Photographs, and this is when these were demos, the first demos I think the Soft Machine did. So it's not really, it doesn't really sound like the latest Soft Machine, but this is, I can't tell who's who here. I think it's Robert Wyatt and David Allen out of Gong, Kevin Ayres, and I can't remember what the other guy was called. or Mike Ratledge. So this is great. It's a great album. Again, this is on Decal label. I picked this up cheap. It only cost me £3-4. It's not in the greatest of condition, but it plays fine, and is a really interesting album. And following on from that, another album that I saw was being reissued, actually, or has just been reissued. Its 30th anniversary is this, which is Neil's Heavy Concept album. There it is. If anyone remembers the TV programme, actually that's another thing, a TV programme called The Young Ones, and that is obviously Neil out of The Young Ones. Rick Mayall, who played Simon? Vivian? No, that was Edward. Anyway, Rick Mayall, yeah, it was Vivian, I think, wasn't it? Just died yesterday, which was a shock. He's only 56, and probably one of the most loved people from that kind of era. But yeah, this is a comedy album, but it isn't a comedy album. It's actually really good. Track listing on it: Hello Vegetables. Neil was a kind of hippie, slightly out of time. He was trying to be a hippie when everyone else was being punk. But some of the tracks on this, he does a cover of Hole in My Shoe, which was obviously done by Traffic. My White Bicycle, which was done by Tomorrow. The Gnome, which was a cover of the Pink Floyd song. Golf Girl, which was done by Caravan. It also has ones like Bad Karma in the UK, which is obviously instead of Anarchy in the UK. Hurdy Gurdy Man, which is the Donovan track, and Amoeba Song by the Incredible String Band. But also the musicians that he got to do his backing and stuff on this were all kind of Canterbury scene people as well. So I think most of the music was done by Dave Stewart. And then you've got Bryson Graham and Gavin Harrison, who I think have possibly been in King Crimson and Porcupine Tree. Pip Pyle, who was he in Gong, I think. Jacko and Dave Stewart. But then it's also got Barbara Gaskin, who does backing vocals on this, who is I think Dave Stewart's wife. And who else is on here? Jimmy Hastings and Annie Whitehead. But it also has some of the other characters and people that appear on this album are done by people like Stephen Fry and Dawn French and I think Nigel Planer. Yeah. So it's a really interesting album. Like I said, it's just been reissued, or is just about to get reissued, a 30th anniversary. Another thing that I picked up along with the Badly Drawn Boy single was this, which is a 10-inch called Cha 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 Italiano, which I really just picked up for the cover because I thought it was cool. But it's actually really good. I listened to this while I was having my breakfast this morning. Good way to start the day. And this track on it here, called Dracula Cha Cha Cha, really is quite amusing. It's kind of Hammer horror meets Cha Cha Cha, which is a very, very bizarre bizarre kind of thought. Possibly the campest Dracula that you're ever likely to hear. Anyone who's watches my videos will remember me buying this, which was a Donovan album I'd been after for a while, and I saw this being listed on eBay pretty cheap, so I pounced on it. I saw another one, so I now have 2 copies, which is the first time I've ever really bought anything specifically, you know, that I wanted. It's hard to describe. I don't often buy things if I've already got them. That's what I'm trying to say. Unless the version I've got is knackered, or it's so cheap that, you know, I can sell it on. But if you remember, the original one I bought was on the purple Dawn label, and the newer version I bought is an original on the orange Dawn label. So I'm really pleased to get this. It didn't really have much information. It said it was first press, and it was actually cheaper than the other one. I haven't had a chance to listen to it. There are a few scuffs and scrapes on the discs, but it is a first pressing. It didn't have the poster, which I was kind of hoping it would do, but then would it have been that cheap? Had the poster been in it? Probably not. So yeah, so I now have a first pressing of this, which I was really pleased to get. So I might trade or sell the other copy of HMS Donovan, but I'm going to give that one a listen first, just to make sure it plays fine. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, I haven't really had a chance to watch many videos recently, and to be honest, there hasn't been a huge deal of videos out there that I wanted to watch. Not wanted to. That's not. There are videos that I wanted to watch, but nothing's jumped out at me. I just haven't seemed to have the time at the moment, and wow, this is 13 minutes. So I'm probably going to stop there. But yeah, hope everyone's doing fine. And as always, I'd love to hear your comments. Drinking some Ribena, just like Kanye and Estelle. So yeah, take care.